Hi everyone! Hello my new viewers who are beginners and interested to learn CSS from scratch. Welcome to this CSS tutorial. In this video, we'll cover the basics of CSS, what it is, why it's important, and how you can start using it to style your web pages. Now let's get started. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. It's a style sheet language used to control the presentation of HTML elements. In simple terms, CSS makes your website look good by controlling things like colors, fonts, layouts, and more. By the end of this tutorial, you'll know how to write basic CSS and apply it to an HTML document. Let's get started. What is CSS? CSS is like the design part of a website. HTML provides the structure or content, while CSS adds style. For example, if HTML creates a plain, black and white web page with just text and images, CSS is what makes it colorful, aligned, and visually appealing. CSS works by selecting HTML elements and applying styles to them. These styles can control everything from the color of the text to the spacing between elements. How CSS works. There are three main ways to use CSS. Inline CSS. Adding styles directly inside an HTML element using the style attribute. Internal CSS. Adding a style greater than block inside the head greater than section of your HTML document, for example. External CSS. Linking a separate CSS file to your HTML document using the link greater than tag, for example. The best practice is to use external CSS because it keeps your HTML and CSS code separate and easier to manage. Basic CSS syntax. CSS syntax consists of three main parts. Selector specifies which HTML element to style. For example, P selects all P tags. Property, the aspect of the element you want to change, for example, color, font size. Value, the specific value for the property. For example, red for the color property. Example. This code makes all P elements have red text and a font size of 16 pixels. Common CSS properties. Here are some common CSS properties you'll use often. Color. Changes the text color. Example, color, green. Background color sets the background color. Example, background color, yellow. Font size controls the size of the text. Example, font size, 20px. Margin adds space outside an element. Example, margin, 10px. Padding adds space inside an element. Example, padding, 10px. Border adds a border around an element. Example, border, 1px solid black. How to apply external CSS. Let's create a basic example using external CSS. Create an HTML file named index.html. Now let's write this HTML code. Now let's create a CSS file named styles.css. Now let's write our first CSS code in this tutorial. We are going to run it in our browser to see the styled web page. Hooray! Here is our result. That's it for this tutorial. We've covered what CSS is, how it works, basic syntax, and how to apply it to an HTML document. If you're new to CSS, I encourage you to experiment by changing properties and values in your own files. In the next lessons, we'll dive deeper into advanced topics like CSS layouts, animations, and responsive design. Now it is your turn to show me appreciation to encourage me to bring more tutorials like this. Please like this video for me and most importantly, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next tutorials. Thanks for watching and happy coding. Bye.